Well, hi, I'm Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma Demystified and the QI Macros. For many years I've been studying Dan Rome, and he has a whole book about the blah, blah, blah meter. And I think if you think about Six Sigma and Lean, we're way too high on the meter. So up here under no blah, we have clarity and simplicity, right? That'd be good, right? But as you start to move up the meter, at the blah level, you're boring, you're complicated, you're trying to show things. Sounds a little bit like Six Sigma. Blah, blah, you're getting into foggy and missing information and obscure stuff. And when you really go out to the far end, it's more politics. It's blah, blah, blah. It's misleading, rotten, and it's trying to divert attention from one thing to another. And I think one of the reasons Six Sigma has just not gotten the traction it's supposed to is because we're way too high on the meter. All right, so if you take even the simple phrase Six Sigma, guess what? It's kind of high up there, right? It's foggy. Worst case, it's boring. Right? Same thing is true of Lean. It doesn't really tell us what it is, what we get from it, or anything else. It's just like a phrase, you know, and it's supposed to be cool, but it's not sexy, it's not clear. Guess what? This is what's holding it back. And then we do stupid stuff like we use things like y equals f of x. I'm going to tell you, anytime you put a formula on a chalkboard or a whiteboard or a flip chart, guess what? You lose about half of your total audience. And again, we don't know what the idea is here, right? Now, I think other people have tried to make that simpler, but that's still, I hear a lot of that. And it's just not useful, all right? Now, what about things like hypothesis testing? Well, God, that sounds complicated, doesn't it? And so what are we trying to do there? Well, we're just trying to compare two recipes and see which one makes the best bread or the best chemical or the best steel or the best result for a patient, right? That's what it does. But again, it sounds complicated, doesn't it? And then when you do those comparisons, you have to say things like, well, we cannot reject the null hypothesis. Well, how obscure is that? Oh my gosh. All right, so what I want you to do is start thinking about, is there a way that we can start moving Six Sigma backwards on the blah, blah, blah meter? How can we start to get it to the point where it's clear, it's simple, it's understandable? We can make it work for people. Does this make sense? This is the thing we want to do. And I think when we move our concepts back this way into simple land, we'll get much wider adoption, much more traction, many more improvements. That's my improvement insight for this week.